I feel the most at home when I'm up on a stage. There's no feeling in the whole entire world like being directly under a spotlight and having an audience in front of you giving you their full attention. Growing up, I was always a part of a competition dance group, and I was in over 15 stage productions of cabarets, concerts, musicals, and dance shows. My favorite was being cast as the female lead in the University of Wisconsin River Falls' musical last year. In high school, I attended the St. Paul Conservatory for Performing Artists, where I had a focus in musical theater. And I also have a musical theater minor in college right now. It's funny, I knew I wanted a musical theater minor long before I knew what I wanted my major to be. And while trying to figure out what I wanted my major to be, I strongly took in consideration what being a performer has taught me and need to excel at. The first thing that came to my mind was communication. Being a dancer my whole entire life, I have this ability to communicate a whole story to an audience without using a single word. And I know the immense importance of body language and what that says to somebody. Or from singing, I've learned the importance of dynamics, clarity, and vocal tone. And from acting, I've learned how to effectively deliver a passage of text to a specific audience. And that really is the key, is knowing your audience. Even though you're giving the same performance night after night, you have to be able to adapt to each audience and know and feel what it is that that audience needs from you that night. I know that I'm really good at taking constructive criticism from being in theater. Without it, you would not be able to execute a choreographer's or a director's vision. In any situation, whether you're in an office or up on a stage, being able to set aside your ego and take someone's constructive criticism into consideration will always improve your performance. And in turn, that has made me better at giving constructive criticism and direction. I've also learned how to be a good team member. I know what it's like to work with a group of people towards a shared goal, and there's literally a performance to show for it at the end. It is extreme, the contrast between watching a show that is well rehearsed and prepared and watching a show that is not prepared and sloppy and unfocused. I refuse to be a part of a sloppy performance, and all of that comes down to me and my dedication and my discipline. And you have to be accountable for your own performance, because every single role in a show is just as important as the lead. To make a great production, everyone needs to strive for greatness. I definitely am not shy. I'm not afraid to take a risk. Standing underneath the spotlight makes me thrive and come alive, and I don't try to hide from it. I'm confident in my ability to perform under pressure. There's been many times where I've been on a stage and a cast member has forgotten their lines or the next step to a dance, and in front of an audience before they can notice, I have to adapt to that mistake and respond immediately. I am confident in my ability to stand out as well. An audition where there's 40 other women in the next room that are 22 years old in blonde hair auditioning for the same role, I have to brand myself in a way that is special and unique enough to gain myself a role, knowing fair well that every one of those women in the next room are just as qualified as I am for the part. While taking this all into consideration, I realized that the major for me was marketing communications. From my marketing skills, communications, persuasion, and branding, I am qualified. And from my passion, creativity, and confidence, it makes me unique.